It's easy to assume that the followers of Tzeentch are more common among the civilized realms of the Empire and Araby than they are among Norska and the Kurgan. His mastery of magic and knowledge makes him seem better suited to tempting scholars and mages than hardened berserkers and chaos marauders. Anyone could understand why a northern warrior would desire the ferocity of Khorne, resilience of Nurgle, or base pleasure offered by Slaanesh, but what use would the average Norscan have for Tzeentch's gifts? Shamans and sorcerers would certainly pay homage to him, but they aren't numerous enough to form entire tribes of chaotic warbands. The simple answer would be to write off Tzeentch as the civilized chaos god, a pervasive corrupter, manipulator, and mastermind, but rarely honored by the rank-and-file troops of the Chaos Wastes. This would be woefully inaccurate, however, for Tzeentch is not just the god of treachery and magic. He is also the god of possibility and change. What has been, is now, and what could come to pass. The Architect of Fate can give his favored servants a glimpse into the future, alerting them to danger and furthering their schemes, but even his lowliest worshippers receive the greatest gift of all, a chance to change the world around them. It should come as little surprise, then, that the tribes of Tzeentch are only second in power and prestige among their peers to the tribes dedicated to Khorne, the Blood God. In the blasted shadow of the Chaos Wastes, whole tribes of Norskins, Kurgan, and Hung plot to further Tzeentch's schemes within the world. They call him T'Char, the Changer of Ways, the Architect of Fate, the Master of Fortune, and 100 names besides these. He is often seen as a massive eagle, soaring above the mortal world and watching mankind with his all-seeing eyes. For this reason, another one of Tzeentch's many names is the Great Eagle. From his lofty perch, the Architect of Fate can observe the hearts and souls of men with clarity unheard of among his foul brethren. Shamans believe that they fly with T'Char when they enter their spirit-walking trances, communing with the Great Deceiver to learn his will and share in his many secrets. T'Char's close association with eagles and flight has intimately tied him to the heavens in the minds of many tribesmen, and they view air as his preferred element. The Northerners may be onto something, as many of Tzeentch's demonic servants can take to the sky through means either magical or mundane. Fittingly enough, northern tribes that venerate the Changer of Ways are nomadic, refusing to stay in one place for too long and offend their god. The only consistent stop in their wanderings are yearly pilgrimages to holy sites during the summer solstice. There they perform blasphemous rites of the eagle, too profane to discuss here. When on the move, the tribe carries their earthly possessions in massive chariots carved from the bones of great monsters slain by the tribe's champions. The chariots are drawn by ferocious flesh-eating horses, and both are used in warfare as well as in travel. Fearsome blades are attached to the chariot's wheels, and they can be found carving their way through Empire state troops and Kislev Kossars whenever the tribes of the Eagle march south to wage war upon the Southerners. Tribes that venerate T'Char above all others are easy to identify. Even more so than other Northerners, warbands dedicated to Tzeentch are heavily mutated. True acolytes of T'Char happily accept such blessings, for they are yet another change to glorify their god with. Bird-like mutations are most prevalent, and many of their most decorated champions bear beaks, claws, and multicolored feathers as a sign of Tzeentch's favor. Even if their physical deformities didn't identify them as worshippers of the Master of Fortune, their equipment surely would. Such warriors engrave their shields and weapons with arcane runes and glyphs, the meanings of which are closely guarded secrets. Their armor is almost shell-like, reminiscent of great insects, crabs, or scorpions. Its arcane energy gives it bizarre properties, and many suits of Tzeentchian armor flow like water, crackle with blue lightning, and change color to confuse and disorient enemies. Elaborate headwear is also favored among such tribes, with most champions donning ornate helmets with flowing crests and sweeping horns to display their piety and strength. Despite his reputation as a god of magic and fate, warriors dedicated to Tzeentch delight in battle as much as any follower of the Dark Gods, save perhaps Khorne's. Indeed, such bloodletting is viewed as the greatest offering to Tzeentch these tribes can give. Unlike their blood-addled kin, however, followers of the Char don't offer blood or skulls to their deity. Just like always, they offer their god change, and warfare presents an opportunity for the greatest and most holy of changes on a mass scale: the transmutation from life to death. Unsurprisingly, tribes dedicated to Tzeentch are renowned for their treachery throughout the north. Those dedicated to the Great Conspirator are untrustworthy at best, and they manipulate, deceive, and undermine their allies at every turn. Despite this, however, they are most successful when working with other Chaos tribes, and often seek to do so. It's unsurprising that Tzeentchian tribes are willing to collaborate with others. After all, they'll probably be the ones doing the backstabbing, not getting backstabbed themselves. Why other Chaos worshippers throw their lot in with them is a lot less clear, but the most likely explanation is some combination of espionage, intimidation, politicking, and sorcery. Tzeentchian tribesmen are skilled at making themselves seem indispensable to others, an appearance that more often than not holds some truth to it. They are a boon to anyone fighting alongside them, and their sorcerous might and strategic brilliance are not to be trifled with. Anyone unfortunate enough to battle a tribe dedicated to Tzeentch consistently finds themselves one step behind, as if the Chaos Worshippers have planned for every eventuality in advance. For Chaos tribes that believe themselves strong or smart enough to survive the Tzeentchian sudden but inevitable betrayal, such alliances are well worth the risk when battling the weak men of the South. With that, we've come to the end of our overview of the tribes of Tzeentch. I know, another video that didn't touch on Total War Warhammer. I'm losing my touch. Still, I put this little video together to discuss how tribes dedicated to the Char fit into the cultures of Norsca, the Kurgan, and the Hung. I feel like followers of the Architect of Fate are easy to reduce to the spellcaster villain and his bodyguards, so I wanted to provide some insight into how the barbaric followers of Tzeentch fit into the broader world. I can't say I found anything too surprising, but hopefully you learned something new through this video. That's all I have at the moment though, so until next time, this has been Sigmar's Chosen, signing off for now.